In the Amazing Digital Circus, abstraction is one of the most terrifying fates a character can face. By episode 5, the psychological instability of the characters becomes more evident, making it crucial to analyze who is closest to this breakdown. Abstraction isn't random. It's triggered by losing touch with reality, often fueled by an overwhelming sense of hopelessness. It's what happens when a character reaches their breaking point, unable to reconcile their existence in this artificial world. With that in mind, let's break down which characters are most vulnerable. At first glance, Kinger appears to be on the brink of insanity. His erratic behavior, extreme paranoia, and tendency to isolate himself make him seem like an obvious candidate for abstraction. He's often lost in his own world, avoiding direct engagement with the others. But is he truly at risk? There's strong evidence suggesting that Kinger is actually immune to abstraction. One key moment occurs when he touches Queenie. Unlike others who show signs of glitching when exposed to abstraction, Kinger remains unaffected. This raises an interesting theory. Could Kinger be more than just another trapped player? Some speculate that Kinger might actually be the creator of the digital circus, or someone with insider knowledge about how it functions. This would explain why he doesn't abstract. He understands the mechanics of the world in a way that others don't. Instead of falling into despair, he maintains just enough awareness to avoid complete detachment. Gangle, on the other hand, is one of the most emotionally fragile characters in the Amazing Digital Circus. Her reliance on masks to express emotions highlights her struggle with identity and control. Unlike the others who attempt to adapt, Gangle has no real coping mechanism beyond her masks. Her biggest weakness is her inability to balance emotions. She either feels overwhelming sadness or forced happiness, with no middle ground. When she's consumed by negative emotions, she isolates herself, completely withdrawing from the group. Even when she should be happy, she struggles to experience true joy. Episode 4 gave us insight into just how unstable she really is. Her attachment to her joy mask isn't just symbolic, it's a representation of her mental state. When it shatters, so does her sense of stability. If Gangle starts obsessing over the idea of escape, the frustration and hopelessness could send her spiraling into abstraction. Ragatha presents an interesting contrast to Gangle. Unlike her, Ragatha doesn't openly struggle with sadness, at least not on the surface. Instead, she actively suppresses negative emotions, forcing herself to stay upbeat and engaged. While this might seem like a strength, it's actually a defense mechanism masking deeper fears. She desperately wants to believe there's a way out. But the more she suppresses doubt, the closer she edges toward abstraction. In earlier episodes, we saw her struggle with maintaining sincerity, both toward others and herself. She wants to be the one who keeps the group together, who offers support, who reassures others that everything will be okay. But what happens when she can't keep up the act anymore? If Ragatha continues denying her real emotions, the mental strain could push her over the edge. The moment she stops believing in her own optimism, she may be at risk of falling into abstraction just as quickly as someone who gives in to despair. So, who is the most at risk of abstraction in episode 5? While Kinger seems safe, possibly even holding key knowledge about the digital circus, Gangle and Ragatha are in serious danger. Gangle's emotional instability makes her an easy target. If she can't regain control over her emotions, a single overwhelming moment could break her completely. Ragatha's forced optimism is a fragile shield. If she allows herself to acknowledge the hopelessness of the situation, she could spiral into abstraction just as fast as someone drowning in fear. What do you think? Could Kinger's immunity hold the key to escaping the digital circus? Will Gangle or Ragatha be the next to fall? And if someone does abstract in episode 5, how will the others react? Share your theories in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video, piece by piece.